Hi, Steve here with howtobuypolicescanner.com. Today I wanted to talk to you about the Uniden Home Patrol 1 scanner. I purchased the scanner, probably about 5 to 6 years ago, and the reason I want to talk about it today is I've never been happier with the scanner in my experience. Now, having scanned police scanners for over 25 years, I've owned my fair share of scanners in the past, and Uniden by far hit this one out of the park. I mean, I couldn't be more pleased with it, and I don't know why I didn't do a review of this scanner sooner. I think maybe because I know that now that they have the Home Patrol 2 out, and it's every bit as good as the Home Patrol 1 from the reviews I've read, but the Home Patrol 1 is the one I actually own and one I can attest to. So here's a good shot of the box that the scanner comes in. It's a pretty sleek, pretty small unit, and it's a pretty cool unit. It's pretty... you can transport it pretty easily. You can use it as a base model scanner. You can use it as a handheld scanner if you like, or something in between, because it does have a little stand. Let me go ahead and show you the unit. The unit looks like this. You can see it's pretty small, pretty compact unit, and the selling point for me was the ease of operation. I mean, if you've ever programmed a scanner, you know how difficult, how time-consuming that can be, and plus there's software involved that you need to purchase separately. With the Home Patrol, the software comes with it, and it's a snap to put together and to program. No program required, just to activate what's already programmed. It comes fully loaded with all the radio systems that are included in the United States and Canada. And let me just kind of go ahead and show you the steps of setting this thing up. I mean, if you're not sold on this scanner from what you've read on the reviews or from my site, which is howtobuypolicescanner.com, I think you'll really appreciate how easy this thing is to operate and use when I just go show you how easy it is to get going with this. So in the back, you can open this hatch, and it's got 4 AA batteries you can put in there required. They're rechargeable. You just remove this here. There's a lock and an unlock. You can hit the unlock button, and you can see that there's batteries in here. 4 to be exact, rechargeable batteries. You just go ahead and place those in according to the diagram, and you're pretty much good to go there. This is how easy it is to set this thing up and use it. So once that's placed back, I have a little trouble getting this on with one hand. There we go. Place it back to lock so that it stays closed. And then this is the little cradle that the unit comes with that it sits on. It doesn't really snap, it just kind of sits. But it serves its purpose. It's got these little kind of tabs in there to hold it in place so that it doesn't shift and move too much. So there that is. It's in the cradle. It's ready to go. And when you first open this unbox, it comes with a little instruction manual. Go ahead and pull that out so you can see it. So it comes with this instruction manual, and this thing couldn't be easier to operate, really. So basically, here's what this comes down to. When you open it, it kind of looks like this. These are your instructions, literally right here. This and this part right here. That's it. And what it basically says is to put one end of the AC jack into the scanner. Here it is. This side goes into the port here that's on the side. You can see where it goes right there. That's for the AC jack. The other part goes in the wall, obviously. It's the AC adapter. Plug that in the wall. Literally after that step, you power on the unit. And I'm going to power it on as if I've never set this up before. It's kind of hard to do now since I've already set it up in the past. But what it does is when you first plug this into the wall, plug the other end into the radio, and then you power it on. Hit power here. You can hear it kind of beeps as it powers up. So if this had never been plugged in before, it's going to ask you to load the database software, and what it does is the other end connects to your computer. There's another USB adapter that goes into into right here where this little USB port is, micro USB. The other part of that goes into your computer, obviously. And before I get ahead of myself, let's turn this down. So it's going to upload the software into this unit here, the Home Patrol. And after that software is updated, it's going to ask you to basically customize the unit. And when that happens, this is a menu-driven display. So after the software would be loaded, you're going to customize. And I'll just kind of go ahead and show you how to customize that. You're going to hit the menu button here. And it's going to ask you first and foremost to enter a zip code and a location. So what you would do, you'd pick USA or Canada, depending on what you're in. I'm in the USA, and my zip code is in San Diego. So let me go ahead and enter that. You go ahead and accept, and then it grabs channels from the full database for that area in California. You can see it's grabbing channels. And if I was setting this up for the first time, it's going to ask me which services I want to listen to. And you can see it's got aircraft, business, corrections, emergency, EMS, talk, federal, you name it. It continues on. I got fire dispatch selected. I got interoperability channels, law dispatch, law TAC, multi-TAC, multi-dispatch, and let's see what else. I think I got police dispatch. You can add custom ones in if you want here, but that's a little more advanced for this video. But what I do is I select the things I want to listen to, law dispatch obviously, and law TAC and fire dispatch. So let's say we're happy with that. We say accept, and it goes and grabs the channels from the database that correspond to that for your city. Now I'm in San Diego, so it's grabbing, you can see it grabbed over 1,054 channels and talk groups, and from that point you want to make sure your range is set to the max. Now it's only 10 miles, but I want to set this up to get the max miles possible so that I can listen to all the systems in my area. Oops. I'm just going to go back to that. It's grabbing. I gotta do that again to set my range. See, as you can see, as the range increased, it's grabbing more stuff. So let's go ahead and set this for the max, which is I think 30 miles. Always best to grab as much as you can in the area to monitor. So once I do that, I set, it's going to go ahead and grab the update. So here it goes, it's grabbing, and you can see there's 1141 channels, 1,141 this time. So let's say I'm happy with that, and I say listen, and it literally is going to go and pick up the stuff for San Diego County right now. Now I can, let me turn my volume back up, that's why you're not hearing anything. So it's going through and scanning. This is literally how easy this is to set up. I mean, it took me, what, minutes? And I'm actually walking and talking as I'm going through this. To do it yourself takes literally a couple minutes. So now it's scanning through systems that are active from my area in San Diego. And I'm going to go ahead and pick one as it comes up. I'm going to pick the City of San Diego Police just to kind of grab something that's active. There we go. I'm already listening to the traffic in my area. Easy as that. So let me turn that down so I can continue talking. The Home Patrol is that easy, really. I mean, it takes literally minutes. Literally minutes to go ahead and set up. It's asking if I want to record, but I don't want to record. Battery's a little low, but that's okay. Took me seconds, minutes rather, to set this thing up. The database is easy to load, and every time you access a database for an update, it automatically updates on a specified time range according to Uniden, and you just grab the update, and that's as easy as that. The database is recorded or updated by somebody else, so you don't have to worry about that, and it's updated periodically, and you just update when you feel like it, or on a weekly regimen if you're more regimented like I am. But you can see this thing is got so many benefits. It's easy to set up. It's easy to listen to. I'm already listening. and within minutes. And the updates are pretty good. Let me turn that back down. The updates are really good. They tend to keep up on a regimented schedule so that that's updated for you. You don't have to worry about that. The assembly is easy. What I like is the sound. You can hear the sound is really good on this. The speaker is really good. I like the menu entry. It's as easy to use as a smartphone. And for me, that's just a huge benefit, because scanners can be a real pain with programming and keystrokes and entry, menu-driven entry. All that stuff is a pain to remember the proper buttons to get something done or to go through a sequence. This is just, you push buttons through a menu. Who can't do that? Cons for this thing? Not too many. One of the cons is I noticed that as this gets older, my battery life is less, but that's not a big deal. I usually use it plugged into the wall anyway, for the most part. The only other thing I don't like is this antenna here has an SMA jack. I typically like BNC, but this is SMA. I have to crank this whole thing down to do it. Anyway, it's an SMA jack, and not a lot of antennas are set up for SMA. Most of the scanners are set up with antennas for BNC. So you have to get an adapter to use a BNC antenna, which I haven't bothered with doing. I've been just using the SMA, and it's been okay for me. Reception's pretty good. I think the proximity you are to the radio tower will help a lot of things, but if you're a little farther from radio tower, you might want to get either an outside antenna or one specifically cut for 800 megahertz or whatever the frequency range is you're using in your area. Best to get an antenna that's best suited for that. Thing's pretty rugged. I haven't had any real problems with this thing. It's rugged, it does its job. I've dropped it once, sadly, but it didn't break, so it's really a good unit. The only other downside con I can think for this unit is that the GPS is separate. So if you wanted to plug in a GPS unit, which allows the Uniden Home Patrol to sort of track if you're driving, it tracks system to system as you're driving past, and will automatically update to connect to those systems as you're rolling through an area, which is pretty cool. But I just didn't want to spend the cash on the add-on unit, the add-on GPS unit. It works with a specific GPS and won't work on just any GPS. This is the Home Patrol one anyway. Other than that, I've been very, very happy with this radio. It does everything I need it to. Like I mentioned, I hit on too many times, the programming is non-existent. It's database driven. It's updated by them. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's all done for you. It's a really good unit. I'd pick one up if you're in the market. Don't think you'll be dissatisfied with it at all. The audio quality is good. Its ability to track systems is spot on. I rarely have any issues with drop systems on this. The audio doesn't get garbled like you will hear on some other digital units. The audio is pretty crystal clear. I really have no complaints. If you want to learn more, there's a link to my website below, www.howtobuyapolicescanner.com, and you can see more of my review there. I have a written review, and you can see some other articles about scanning in general. I've been scanning for 25 years, and I couldn't be more happier with the Uniden Home Patrol one. So until next time, guys, have a great day, and feel free to check out my site, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.